Well, this is kind of exciting. A good friend of mine who I actually lived with for, I think, about 4 or 5 months. This was back in Western Australia when I was 21 years old. Anyway, this good friend of mine, he recently came and visited. He now lives in Queensland, got in touch, and it was really awesome to catch up with him. And since then, that was about a month or two ago, he's just sent me today these images, which he saw this car, this Hyundai Ioniq 3 here in Australia. He's taken some photos for me. This is, as far as I know, there's no media reports about this new car, other than some obscure reports from late last year saying this is a Chinese-made Hyundai Ioniq 3. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Great to have you with us. Now, when I first started this channel around 4 years ago, I kind of made a point here, and I think that a lot of you guys were saying the same thing, which was that, of course, most electric cars are made in China. It's much cheaper to make them there. The quality there is really there. The technology there is better than other places. Let's be fair. Let's be honest. The technology in China, when it comes to EVs, is unquestionably better than anywhere else, including America. Obviously the United States, including Europe, Germany, doesn't matter because, I mean, look at the platforms, 900-volt platforms, 1,000-volt platforms, charging speeds, charge your car in 5 minutes, charge your car in 8 minutes, this kind of thing. You just don't get that anywhere else. But on the flip side, it's also much more affordable to make cars there. And that, I believe, is the reason why Hyundai are not making this car in South Korea and shipping it worldwide. They are apparently making this in China via their joint venture partner called Beijing Hyundai. So my friend has sent me this, and he's actually checked the vehicle registration. It says Hyundai, or Hyundai as we say in Australia, OE station wagon, black 2025, yeah, registration expires on the 11th of March, 2026. So the registration, it was actually done on the 11th, I believe, there for the 11th of March, 2025. In other words, about a month and a half ago. So what exactly is the Hyundai OE station wagon? Well, first of all, to me, it looks a bit more like an SUV. However, people are saying this new Hyundai is actually the Ioniq 3, sort of a sister car to the Ioniq 5. So what else do we know about it? Well, this vehicle is a global car. It's going to be made in, I think, the United States, Europe, and China. After a new Hyundai EV model badged with the codename OE surfaced late last year, reports suggest this is the Ioniq 3. Hyundai has given previous electric models such as the Ioniq 5 and Ioniq 6 code names like CE and NE. So OE is basically a reference to another Ioniq model. The most recent model to earn a code name was the 3-row Ioniq 9 SUV, which was it's actually just gone on sale in a number of different countries around the world. It's a really nice electric SUV. More images of the new OE model surfaced online. Hyundai's Chinese joint venture, Beijing Hyundai, has confirmed the new EV through a local regulation portal. The screenshots that have been seen, which was actually late last year, from AutoSpy reveal the OE1C. So this is it. This is that car, code name, confirming it will be an electric SUV. When is it coming? Apparently it's launching in early 2026, but it could be sooner than that, considering the fact that I think if you're already seeing this vehicle testing here in Australia, it's probably a bit further forward in its development than what we thought it was. And it looks like it's probably going to be released on the market this year. I'm going to guess probably towards the third or fourth quarter of 2025. According to the Korean car blog, rumors suggest the new EV could finally be the Ioniq 3 or potentially the Ioniq 4. Now, I think it's actually the Ioniq 4. To me, it looks a bit too big to be the Ioniq 3. But if you're looking at the design here, guys, this is the Kia EV3. You've got to admit, it looks very similar to the Kia EV3, doesn't it? To me, the shape of the car is very similar. The actual dimensions look very, very similar. So that's my guess. This is either the Ioniq 4 or the Ioniq 3. One or the other. It doesn't really make any difference. It's basically the Kia EV3 rebadged with a bit of a different design. So what do we know about the vehicle? Well, spy shots show that the wheels, door handles, several interior features are pretty much synonymous with Ioniq models. And Hyundai's new EV is expected to be a 400-volt platform in order to reduce cost, to make it more affordable. Apparently, it'll come in either single and dual motor powertrains with 62 or 84 kilowatt hour battery pack options. Now, if this does in fact have that option, an 84 kilowatt hour battery in a vehicle this size, you're going to be looking at more than 600, probably more than 600 kilometers of range, which would be amazing. And that would make sense because for comparison, the Kia EV3 has 605 kilometers of range, which is 375 miles. WLTP, that's using the 81.4 kilowatt hour battery. So what about the smaller battery? The smallest 58.3 kilowatt hour battery gives it 436 kilometers of range. That is 271 miles. That's on the WLTP cycle. So guys, if you're in the United States, EPA, that would be a little bit less, probably about 10% less range on the EPA cycle. In Europe, Kia's smaller EV3 starts at around 36,000 euros. That is around 38,000 US dollars. But it's probably going to be a bit more affordable than that in the United States. I'd estimate in America, in the US, it'd probably come in at around about 35,000 US dollars. What about Australia? Well, my estimate here in Australia would be probably around the 45 to 50,000, maybe 40, in fact, no, probably 45 to 55,000 mark, depending on the model and the battery pack. You get the bigger battery, you're gonna have to pay a bit more at that higher end of the price range. So how will this car compare to other models? What will it compare to? I think a car that you could compare it directly to, the smaller battery pack option on this Hyundai Ioniq 3, it would compare really similarly to the Geely EX5. And Hyundai are going to know that. They're going to know this is going to compare to that. They're going to have that, be looking at that car. The other thing worth keeping in mind is if it is around $55,000 for the bigger battery pack option, that's when you're going to start having to compete against cars like the BYD C-Line and the Xpeng G6. So the pricing will be really interesting to see. So guys, I hope this was kind of fun and interesting for you. I'm always into these new electric car sightings. So if you see any new electric cars, if you take any photos of one or you see them, send me an email, contact@theelectricviking.com. Let's get it out there. Let's get some more excitement around electric cars because there's so much happening right now. It's actually one of the coolest hobbies ever to be into electric cars because so many new models, so much new technology, new amazing new motors. Some motors that, are like this big and they have, 600 plus horsepower, just incredible stuff happening right now. And as always, my friends, have a great day. The Hyundai Ioniq 6, I think it's quite a good car, but it's been a complete sales flop for Hyundai. And many people, instead of buying one of these, have bought something. Basically, here in Australia, most people buy a BYD Seal or a Tesla Model 3 if they buy an electric sedan. Most people haven't bought these Hyundai Ioniq 5s, these Hyundai Ioniq 6s, I should say, because I think they look a bit polarizing. Hyundai, though, have revealed an updated, changed, different version of the Ioniq 6. It's, while some people are saying it looks amazing, it's going to be a huge success, I'm not so sure, but here are the details. Let me know what you think. Hello, my friends. Great to have you with us. I'm Sam Evans. Let's get right into this, Hyundai's new Ioniq 6. First of all, this is a very aerodynamic car. It gets a lot of range for the size of battery. It's a very, very efficient car. So the technology in this car, I think it's quite good. Obviously, it has 350 kilowatt theoretical charging. I say theoretical because you can't usually get to that. But anyway, it still has very good 800 volt architecture and has really good range. The top longer range version of this vehicle has well over 600 kilometers of range, and it's got a pretty small battery. It's only a 74 kilowatt hour battery, so very good efficiency. Anyhow, what's different? Well, first of all, Hyundai said they are making an Ioniq 6N.